What's up, Tom? You gonna porn bomb me?
Not unless you pay me to do it. No. How's it going, man?
Good. So, how long you know Ray DeVito?
I have known Ray, I want to say approximately 2 years. I'll give you the clip.
That's it?
Yeah. I have quite an effect on people.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'll give you.
Did you see this clip?
I did, yes, and I thought it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Let's watch it again. We have time.
Okay, cool. Yeah, definitely.
Show.
I don't know. I didn't watch it, but I was at a comedy club, and a female comic who knows Tom Myers. Like Leo Gunn said, like that's what was going on. I just showed her on the phone. I go, looks like I'm getting trashed by Tom Myers, and then a bunch of other comedians like, oh, I got his. Just because, for those of you that don't know Tom Myers, first of all, I like Tom Myers.
Hi, everybody.
Fine.
So, Tom, you know how stupid Ray is? I mean, Ray's an idiot.
I mean, he first approached me when he wanted me to do his podcast, and I get like a lot of requests to do them, and most of them I just
because of Clumtown.
That appears to be the main reason. But I've lately other people.
Are you friends with Nick Mullen and Fatso?
And stuff. I've only worked with them, I think, on a couple of shows, but I've never really been friends with them. Just like I've never been friends with Ray. Like
so you didn't break in with these guys in Baltimore.
We each broke in our own way, but I mean, it's Baltimore, for being a small city. There are a lot of really great comedians in the Baltimore DC area, so it's actually a fairly large comedy community.
No, but I'm saying you didn't start when they started. You started after they started?
I started a little before they started, I think. I started in 2001. I think they started a few years after I did.
Okay. And so when they shit on you, do they tip you off that they're going to shit on you, or they just shit on you?
They just shit on me, and then people will send me links. Basically, it's them like lying about things that I've said or things that I've done. And if you're going to go after me and say, oh, Tom, that's an ad hominem attack, I can prove that because at one point on one of the Cumtown episodes, Nick talked about how he invited me to do a show in Austin, Texas when he was living there. And that part's true. And we couldn't work out the details. Shit happens. You know how that works. Mm-hmm. And later on his show, this is years later, he said, oh yeah, I wasn't really gonna do it. No, and I was like, wow, Nick, great flex. So you basically just admitted to however many listeners you have that you're a liar. Way to shoot your fucking credibility in the foot, asshole.
Yeah, but he'll say he's a comic, and that's, he's just trying to be funny or whatever. So you can't really hold
that. I mean, come on.
No, you can't really hold him to that. Like he's a liar. Of course he's a liar, but he'll say like he was just doing a prank or a work, whatever the fuck the young kids call it. But the fact that Ray DeVito says you're not in on the joke, how do you respond to that? Because Ray DeVito, listen, you don't know about my show and the Ray DeVito universe, but like Ray DeVito is literally surrounded by people that are trying to help him and make fun of him. He is totally not in on the joke. So for him to say you're not in on the joke is so laughable. Like I should be on the ground lying down laughing but that's not my personality. But it's so fucking ludicrous because Ray's not in on anything. Ray's a fucking idiot. Unless you're a bigger idiot than Ray, then the fact that Ray's like clowning you, I was like, what?
Well, his big thing was like he was, and someone else explained this to me, that he saw so many people from Gas Digital, from the Legion of Skanks podcast, because they record their show at the Stand Comedy Club the same night that I do a showcase there. And so a lot of people go down to see me. So Ray somehow thought he was finally in on something. I think like
Right.
he was a part of something. Is the best way that it was explained. The best way that it was explained to me was that no one's really ever been like that for Ray. Apparently, like I've seen him, but believe it or not, I have seen a lot of your shows where Ray was on, and like I see the super chats and all clowning him, not only on your show, but also him getting trolled and owned on his own show.
His own
And
show.
yeah, and part of me is I laugh at that, but also it's part of me is also thinking, my God, that could have been me if I'd really kept like fucking up in like if I'd kept drinking like the same way Ray does. I've been sober now for 12 years, but if I hadn't quit, I might have been that might have been me. Like there for the grace of God go on. Yeah.
Wow.
One day at a time.
One day at a time. So you're sober?
Yes, sir. My last drop of alcohol was December 30th of 2011.
I'm sober starting tomorrow.
Hey.
No,
we'll go to a meeting, brother.
I'm not an alcoholic, but my dad was, according to my brother Neil.
Yeah,
okay, so listen. Just the fact that you're here, you're automatic regular. You're an automatic regular. I pay guests. I can't make you famous, but I was watching, I think last night or today, you were on Lewis's show with Tim Dillon, and it's just like the fact that these guys think they're such fucking geniuses, and they're so much wittier than you and wittier than everybody, and that fucking what's his real ass podcast sidekick's name, that fucking Bye Guys, that guy's human scum. Just looking at him, what's his name?
Zach Amico.
Yeah, Zach Amico. Just looking at him makes me fucking almost throw up my fucking lunch. And so I automatically, I always support the underdog. You're absolutely the underdog in this world. Like Cumtown clowns you, and Louis J. Gomez. I always throw in the J out of respect. And the fact that Ray DeVito somehow thinks that he's like, I just want Tom to know that I like him. Ray, shut the fuck up. Ray, you're a nothing. Ray, you're an open micer at 50.
Hey,
Tom,
Kevin,
do you have a regular job?
I do, yeah. I don't.
Right, because you're not relying on fucking dirty comedy or show business to support you.
No, I'm
so you can have some self-respect. You don't have to blow a AIDS-ridden crack baby to pay your rent like Ray DeVito does. No, Ray lives in two places. He don't have his own place.
I blow the AIDS-ridden crack baby for fun, to be honest.
For
That's
fun.
Just absolutely.
It's a weekend thing.
To. But I will say, if I could make a couple points, Lewis has actually been helpful to me. In that when I first started,
I'm a fan of Lewis. What did I say?
How about you were talking about?
Well, I've been drinking, but I am a fan of Lewis. Truth be told,
when I first started my podcast, I was looking for a cool theme song. I asked Lewis how he came up with his. He said, "Well, if you just go to one of these websites, you can buy something.
Oh, that's
like
interesting.
Audio
I didn't know you
Jungle or
could do
something."
that.
So I went ahead and did that. So I'll be forever in. He'll be forever.
Because I think my theme song was created by Blue Oyster Cult or something crazy like that.
Nice.
Because Bobby Kelly, you know Fat Bobby Kelly?
Name rings a bell.
Yeah. Anyway, so he was my my daddy at that point, and he was like, they did it. He had a network, and they had a show with a guy, the guitarist from Blue Oyster Cult, and he put a little couple of chords together. Anyway, go ahead. What's the other point?
The other thing is, Ray always says, "Pick up a pen."
Yes, he does. He does. Mr. Ray, you better be here for this. Ray does say over and over, "Pick up a pen."
But Tom Myers says, "Write with the pen," which apparently Ray doesn't do. You notice that?
Wow, you're right.
It's the booze, man. The booze. You get rid of the booze, things become clearer.
No. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter with Ray, because he'll go to the edibles.
No.
Let's want some more.
Okay. Yeah. Let's watch some clips, man.
I don't know if you know Chad Zumach, but Ray mentioning Nick Mullen and Shane Gillis, Ray's trying to act like he's one of these guys. Like he hangs with these guys, etc. As Chad would point out, Ray's pretending. Ray's name dropping, and nobody falls for it.
Ray tries to play so many sides of the fence. Like he'll come on your show, and then he'll go on. I affectionately refer to him as Podcast Karen on WATP because all he does is like, oh, I hate this podcast. I want to speak to the manager of this podcast. And he's just become like whiny. He's become basically a caricature of himself in a very...
You're talking about Ray DeVito.
No, I'm talking about Carl.
Oh, Carl, you're right. 100%.
Podcast Karen is my moniker for him.
Yeah, Carl's a piece of shit. He's a gaslighting piece of shit.
Now, here's
what I two Tom Myers. Just
no. There's only one Tom Myers, and that's all we need. We need one.
I swear there was another one.
I got clips of Tom Myers.
He thought there was only one. They're debating whether there's only one Tom Myers in the world because this quad father was like, I think there was a guy on Fox News. Yeah, Tom Myers is probably a pretty common fucking name.
Tom Myers was the name of a mayor of Emporia, Kansas.
Thank you.
And all he does is say these jokes. They look like they're set up punchlines. Like he delivers them like set up punchlines, but then there's just nothing there. None of them make sense
except laughter.
And if he's doing it on purpose, it's brilliant. And if he's setting up that,
just like if you're an idiot on purpose, you're a genius.
I thought he was in on the joke. And then I realized when he has my podcast, he is not in on the jokes. He is.
Wait, so when did you do Ray's podcast?
A couple years ago.
Years ago. And Ray remembers it as you weren't in on the joke, like you're an idiot.
The part of that interview where we talk about Nick Mullen and Cumtown, it was such a, because I listened to it again recently. It was such a small part of the interview that it really wasn't that significant. So I don't know exactly how that festered into his head. I personally don't want to look inside Ray's head.
You don't want to.
Because I don't want to know. A lot of people have done that, and apparently I don't want to be on
not in on the jokes at all. He thinks he thinks that he's just delivering gold.
I don't think that.
Like, he's a real Liam McEnany then, isn't he?
No, Liam's got a little bit of self-awareness. I mean, Liam's aware that he's fat. Like Tom Myers is the type of guy that could be fat and not know that he's fat.
Is that true, Tom?
I mean,
so if you were fat, you wouldn't know you're fat?
I don't know. I mean, I do have a bit of a beer gut. Thank you, Ray, for pointing that out.
How do you have a beer gut if you're sober 10 years?
I don't keep in shape. I don't work out.
All right.
No.
But if you're fat, you would know you're fat. If you're stupid, you'd know you're stupid.
And exactly. And the humor is subjective. Comedy is subjective. What I think is funny might not be what you think is funny, and vice versa. But like a weight problem is pretty definite. Like there's no
on a scale.
It's apples and oranges. You can't compare the two.
But yeah.
So, is this Tom Myers? Is he a...
Look at Ray stumped himself. Ray stumped himself.
In other words,
Tom Myers is the type of guy that could be fat and not know that he's fat. No, he's like an over-the-top liberal, too.
Is that true? You're an over-the-top liberal?
I don't know about over the top. I have some views that could be construed as liberal. I have some views that may be construed as conservative. Like they're my opinions. I don't really...
Yeah, we don't do politics here, but Ray's saying you're over the top liberal.
that's for to each their own. Everybody can judge who I am.
Does he have
I
any
thought you
idea
said-
what he's talking about
No, he's
politically? No.
on the left side.
Yeah, but he doesn't know what he's talking about.
So he's no Anthony Cumia.
His album to
Gavin.
listen to is, I'll do him a plug, Make America and Nate Again.
Oh,
Is his
thanks.
plug.
What
Thanks
does
a
that
lot,
even
man.
mean? What does that mean? Make America innate again.
So I was looking to do a play on Trump's slogan,
Yes.
make America great again. And I tried coming up with a whole bunch of words that sounded like great. And I focused on that because innate refers to, instead of looking for external stimuli to achieve greatness, you look inside one's own self.
Right.
Is basically, I don't know if that made any sense, but
It makes a little bit of sense.
okay.
Innate is
I
in
win
like
then.
Innate. I don't even know what innate means, but
it's just like like
Way to do show prep, Ray.
It's like water. It's like it's nothing. It's
like water. It's nothing. You mean the greatest thing we've ever known is water? It's like nothing. It's like water. This guy, this Quadfather, he's paralyzed from for the rest of his life because he got drunk
Oh.
and dove into a pool from a tree because his ex was dating a black dude. That's a fact,
Oh.
Jack. That's a fact, Jack.
make
Sucks that he
everything
paralyzed.
boring and gray and useless again.
I
don't
guess.
know. It's weird.
so
Where were you here? At some kind of school function?
It looks like it. I know. No, that was in a art house in Baltimore City. That was the Ed Schrader show.
Tom Myers, a comedian.
That is perfectly when I don't have time to cook.
Oh,
A proud
there you go.
comedian who
That's
tackles
my.
any
If you could
subject.
pause it
Tackles
there.
any
Whether the
subject.
Huh?
That's my favorite part of the video where
Because we don't have
everybody
$20 to get a
That guy gets
YouTube
it-
Premium or whatever.
You see the ads. He got owned by corporate America. I
He's
love
a
it.
fucking loser.
topic is current events. So
But Nick sums up like Tom Myers right here, because this is what all his jokes are. Is like the things that you see what he's trying to go, but it doesn't really make sense.
love about Tom is that it's schizophrenic because it doesn't make any sense. What do you mean? So Chinese people are going to come to the show, even though he's racist against
so
Chinese
funny, dude.
people?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
So then I got to show we listened, dude, on the drive back.
Why is he wearing like a safari hat? This guy inside.
I'm wearing yellow
Pittsburgh
tinted.
this past week. We listened to Make
glasses, so I can't
Huh?
really. I can't. I'm wearing yellow tinted glasses because I don't like staring at the light on my computer, so I can't. Really
That's what the kids are doing. They're wearing safari hats inside.
I think
But
so.
Tom Myers,
yeah.
once you start listening, you can't stop listening. It's
ironically or unironically.
This guy can't walk.
it's just so like what
This
the
guy
fuck?
can't
It's
think,
brilliant.
so they're perfect
So
for
yes, I like Tom Myers. I don't even hate Tom Myers, but Tom Myers is coming out.
But you have no problem shitting on me, but you don't hate me. Okay, all right. That's like Nick Mullen level idiocy right there.
So you're not a fan of Nick Mullen.
Never have been.
He's a hack, right?
That's for other people to judge. My dislike for him is personal.
What happened? Did he fuck your girl or something?
One has to have a girl to have one's girl fucked. No, no.
I have a lot of stories my own self, but no, they all know these stories, so they know sometimes between comics. Sometimes it's like the old Western movie where you have the same girl or same something. So what happened with Nick Mullen? You're just mad Nick Mullen came after you once Cumtown became popular, and then he came after you, or did he come after you before that?
I wouldn't be able to tell you the origin of that. I know that a lot of it came right after I had tweeted something. It was about something that was in the news, something about what Congress was doing. And then it was retweeted by my friend, the late Barry Crimmins, and it was retweeted by.
Oh, you're a Barry Crimmins guy.
I hooked up with him like online and we chatted before he passed away. I've actually known his stuff for a long time. I thought he was brilliant. But anyway, it was retweeted by a lot of people.
A lot of
And-
liberals.
Like,
I'm
liberals
neutral.
are-
I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to pay the bills. I don't give a fuck what side you're on. I think
We're all
both sides are
paying bills, man.
ridiculous. So go ahead. Barry Crimmins. Barry Crimmins was a great liberal. Also, now he's dead. So it doesn't matter how great you are, which side you're on, you're still going to die. So who gives a fuck in reality?
You and me both, brother. We're both going to die. So that's
No, I mean, you can
right.
be the best liberal, the best conservative. You're still going to die. So who gives a fuck?
I mean,
That's
I like
the
to
whiskey talking.
this is my store brand tonic water talking. So, but so that all came about after this tweet went semi or quasi viral, and it was right after then that I started to get like some like legit fans and some trolls. I would say they were about like the fan to troll ratio was like 10-1, and then
Because Nick Mullen retweeted it.
I don't know if Nick Mullen retweeted it, but the last big thing I remember before he started with Cumtown was I was doing a CD recording in Maryland, or an album recording, and I chose a few of the comics. The booker chose a few of the other comics. Nick Mullen was one of the comics that he chose. I wouldn't have chosen him, but this guy was setting up, so I figured, what the fuck. And so
What kind
Nick
of comedy
Mullen,
did Nick Mullen do early on in Baltimore?
it was like
was it weird?
it was like Cumtown, but even more cringe. Let's
Yeah,
put it
but
that way.
the audience didn't laugh, correct?
Honestly, I was paying attention to my own set because I was getting ready to record an album, but I was able to concentrate. Let's put it that way.
Okay, good.
So basically he approached
Ray,
me
you're
right-
fucked. Ray DeVito. I got a new Ray DeVito. You're fucked, Ray. We'll put this guy on salary. My accountant said I need more expenses. Ray, you're fucked.
Oh man, it's not squashed. I'm afraid this ain't gonna be
It's
squashed.
never squashed over here. Never squashed. Go ahead.
Yeah. So right before I was set to go on, Nick came to me and said, "Hey, I want to. Can I get a drink on your comics tab?" And this wasn't at a comedy club.
Wow,
This
what
is
a lush.
This is like at a.
Man, I've gotten drunk in Baltimore. The beer is cheap there.
Yeah.
So you're taping a special. He wants to know if he can get a free drink because he knows you're not drinking.
Something along, or because maybe he didn't know I wasn't drinking. Basically, he wanted me to put his booze on my comics tab, which this wasn't a place that had one, and I told him that, and he's still got he got pissy about it, and I think it showed in his set that night. Which, like I said, I was focused on my set,
Right.
but I was able to concentrate.
Was this Magoobies or someplace else?
It was Sean Boland's. It was my own watering hole in Bel Air, Maryland, just north of Baltimore.
Okay, shout out.
And the Horseshoe Came In on Saloon in Fells Point, that's a Baltimore neighborhood, the last place that Edgar Allan Poe was thought to have been seen alive in Baltimore. Okay.
We don't have a lot of Poe fans here, so
I'll change that. They'll all be Ravens fans. I'll bring the Ravens fan contingent.
Okay, so just tell the fucking story so we can read some super chats so we can fucking pay you. You dumb motherfucker. We're trying to get paid here.
I appreciate it. But no, that's pretty much the extent of the story. That like I said, that was my
so
last
that created bad blood because he wanted to get a free drink and put it on your tab.
To the best of my knowledge.
And he knew it was your night, it was your special, so it would probably be okay to put on your tab because you probably brought out a little bit of a crowd, etc.
Right.
Okay.
So
KB, shout out from the Comedy Village in NYC. I'm here with Teamster Tim and Johnny Carson, waiting for the amazing Vito to take the stage. PJ and Wally Collins say hi. Wow. I mean, do they have a time machine there? FK Mommy can't keep her hands off me. Skull punks. We already read that. How about the orange? He's got real Ray stories. We got a Ray whisperer right here. Teo Hank. We don't need the orange with his fucking orange stories. We got a guy who has a beef with Ray DeVito. Tom Myers, his name is.
I don't orange, but I melanoma in the sun. That's close.
Are you Irish?
Among other things.
Fletch, do you have the Beatles White Album? Never mind. Just get me a glass of hot, fat, and bring me the head of an Alfredo Garcia while you're out there. I have no idea what is this? Is this from a movie?
I know the Beatles' White Album. I think it's kick ass, but part of that I couldn't tell you.
Sorry, Buttnoid. Johnny Mac, I'm telling you, there was no better dynamic than you with Brian McCarthy. Out of everyone he can see well enough to see this. He can't see super chats. We got Tom Myers here. I almost said Tom Franklin. Send KS link to talk about how Gino blocked him. I don't even know what KS is. KS? Keanu Simpson. MLC 2024, Kato Kaling, TJ Miller, toe exclusive. Why is Liam punishing us? You know Liam McInerney?
I know of him, but I don't know him personally, no.
Consider yourself lucky. 2024, the Shit Network exclusive about stuttering fucking John. Send link to Adam. GF want to see what Saturday night always gets a little dicey with the super chats.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means. Behind Tommy Boy looking to do a little knife fly fishing. Who's Tommy Boy?
Is that a dig about my glasses? My eyes are sensitive, and I don't like looking at my computer screen late at night. You asshole! And thank you for the $5.15.
Tommy Boy, that's listen. Tommy Boy's just funny. I'm sorry. I wish him well. How's Chris Farley doing? Tom, how do you feel about WATP's coverage of you? So I sorry we had to read fast, but we had to get caught up to at least Tom Myers' super chats.
All good. WATP's coverage.
Where did they jump on? Because Cumtown was going after you?
I think so. Yeah, it was right around that. It was right around.
Yeah, that's what Carl does. Carl does what's convenient and what everybody else is doing. Carl's a fucking. He's the epitome of a fucking hack.
Old podcast, Karen.
Do you want him dead?
Like
no,
you
in
said,
theory.
We're all gonna die. Let's let nature take its course.
Okay, all right. You know his mom wife was 10 years older than him. Have you heard that one? It's not folklore. It's a fact.
Oh,
he says it on the Ray DeVito show.
Oh,
have you ever been on Carl's show?
No. And he's specifically said, I'm not welcome on that show, to which I say...
Because of why? Because your politics?
I think so, yeah. To which I say, good.
This is one of our top super chatters. Tom, you can read this.
Mr. Rapey Ray.
No, first of all, you might not know their show, but this is one of our top super chatters. He does not like Ray, but he is genuinely hilarious.
I've seen this name before. I think the wordplay is hilarious in that name.
Go ahead,
comic / firefighter. What do you make of this Carl fella stealing Cumtown's bit about shitting on you all the time? He married his mom, Thank you for the 5. Maybe that's euros, Mr. Ray.
Euros or something.
Yep. Honestly, so what Cumtown did was they tried to discredit me and make me hated. But as a result, whenever I do live shows now, I get a bunch of people who come out to see me, and a lot of people think, oh, they're just trolls, whatnot. But my theory is, my personal experience, I have pretty good bullshit radar. And if they come out to see me, 99% of the time, they're a legit fan. If they're not, they're just going to...
No, you know what Chad says? Chad Zumach, the great Chad Zumach. We have his drunken hotline on the screen. He says they come out to hate watch him, but then they end up becoming fans.
Yeah, that could be what happened with me. So, it's either way. They want to stream my stuff, though. I'll
You
take
just
their
want
money.
them coming out and give you a fair shot at winning them over, and don't go by what Cumtown or Carl the homosexual say. Go ahead, Tom. Yeah, you're gonna have to read. I'm a little drunk. Go ahead, read.
All right. Semi-nefarious Buttnoid. Thank you for the $5. Tom, was there ever a lonely night when you were a starving young comic and a kindly Kevin Meaney or Larry Ambrose might share a meal and bed with you? Well, semi-nefarious Buttnoid, I'm not sure. Like those drinking days.
Wait, they want to
pretty
know
wild
if you're
and
gay.
crazy.
If you have any gay experiences with stand-up comics.
No.
Because Kevin Meaney is gay, and they're latent homosexuals.
Oh,
I mean, Larry Ambrose was, and Kevin Meaney was. He was married with a daughter, Kate Meaney, who's a fucking crack whore, allegedly. But Larry Ambrose was always gay. So they're saying, were you ever approached by gay comics to have sex with them?
no.
Tom, Ray also says he's taking funnier shits than you. Is that?
I mean, his podcasts are shit. None of mine are. So maybe that's true. Maybe.
Wait, how often do you do a show? Once a week?
Once a week. Yeah, I take off during
Rosh
the summers.
Hashanah?
Yeah. Hakayim.
And do you have a Patreon?
I do have a Patreon. Yes.
How's it doing?
It pays the bills. Like it keeps the
What
lights
bills?
on.
What bills?
The podcast distribution service. That's pretty much
Okay, because
all
we were thinking rent and electric, and then the car bills.
Yeah.
But you're saying it pays the bills to put your Patreon up.
to keep the
Ray
podcast
makes $140 a month on his Patreon. Are you doing better or worse than that?
I put it this way: I would love to have Ray DeVito numbers on my page. Even if
Wow.
I would love to have.
Wow.
I'm a shitty promoter, basically.
$140. He wants Ray's Patreon. No one's ever said that before.
I'm a shitty promoter. Like I'm a content guy. Like I'm not good with promotion.
DS for $2 says, "Why? Try a drink. You might be funny." Jeez.
Wow.
Some people don't do well with it.
don't
Cumtown's
do
done
that.
and Tom is driving. Congrats, brother.
Oh,
Nice
thank you.
podcast.
Nice podcast, stupid.
Is,
Not calling you
Cumtown
stupid.
done?
Yeah. It doesn't exist anymore. I think it's the Adam Friedland show now.
All right, but he's saying, I think he's implying that it's not doing as good as it used to be. Anyway, they have their fans, good for them. And but that Greek guy who just laughs all the time, and people are like, "Oh, he's great." It's like I've done shows with him. He's not great. He's just another fat comic.
He cursed both of our teams right before they got knocked out in their respective playoff runs.
Okay, he doesn't control anything, including his own fucking fat content. He's a fat fuck. I hate fat fucks.
I'm a disappointed Baltimore sports fan. Let me have my theory, please.
Thank you, nice podcast. Didn't know I checked in. Yes, calm down.
What else is comedy? It's therapy, man.
Myers looks like Tom Shalhoub's younger brother with Downs. You know Tom Shalhoub?
I do not know. Unless I've seen a photo of him or something.
Just kidding. We're all dirty. Just trying to not have a AIDS baby. AIDSy baby.
Someone's drunk. Someone's drunk typing.
It don't matter. It's Saturday. Nice glasses. Do you shoot? What the fuck does that mean? Do you
A 12
shoot
gauge. A 12 gauge.
Oh, she's coming on to you. Detroit, you coming on to Tom Chambers?
She is a Detroit.
I mean, Tom Myers.
tripper.
Tom Chambers is a great basketball player for the Phoenix Suns.
Okay.
Marcus Welby. Oh, that's
Wow.
Lenny. That's my boy Lenny.
I didn't know he was still alive. Oh, okay.
You know Lenny Marcus?
No.
Right with the Tigger. Right with the pen. Ray. Tom Myers is killing you. Ray. Tom Myers is killing you. He's not wishing you well, Ray.
No
Ray,
shit.
Ray, you stink. Ray, you fucking suck. Pick up a pen and write something, Ray, is what Tom Myers said.
Write with the pen. Don't just pick it up, man.
Right. Mr. Ray. Go ahead. He hates Ray. Go ahead.
This is amazing. The only way you can make this any better is by not sending Stevie Lou the link. Oh, if this will be
Stevie Lou?
I know of him, not personally.
Well,
I've seen a lot of
Tom, Stevie Lou, but you don't know Tom Shalhoub.
Tom
Shalhoub has been on Fox News. He hosted Red Eye for like years.
Liberal.
And Stevie Lou
I don't
got
watch
beat
Fox
up by a
News.
black
Remember? I don't watch Fox News.
All right.
Remember?
KB invite Tom. Yeah, November. What is it? December 23rd. Sullivan's. But I got to call them. Tigger, seriously, text me on Monday to remind me to call Sullivan's to see if they're available on the 23rd.
Where are you located, if you don't mind me asking? You can give me a general area. You don't have to give me your address.
The tri-state NYC area.
Okay, that's doable.
Sullivan's. It's across the street from a Compound Media. Tom and Mr. Ravery again.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Rapey Ray, for the €2.
No, it's not about the money, Mr. Ray. It's like he's like a staff writer. Go ahead, you can read it, Tom.
Tom, insult Ray some more. I'm nearly there. Like Ray insults him.
He's gonna come. He's what he's saying. Plus he's in Asia or England, so it's like 7 a.m. there. He's about to come and go to sleep.
I used to do that when I was on the road, man. That's the life.
Who did you tour with?
Myself, basically. Like it was just one of those.
Any super chats start with Tom? You read them, please.
Okay. This is from Tigger747474. Tom, were you bummed when they tore down the Hagerstown Suns Stadium? I was. # never forget. Well, Hagerstown Suns, I think, did produce Mike Messina, who left us and went to the Yankees. So, a little bit yes, a little bit no.
Fuck the Yankees. What size pants?
I knew I liked you for a reason.
Yeah, Mike Messina going from the Baltimore Suns to the Yankees was not a good move.
Yeah.
Didn't he go directly from the Orioles to the Yankees?
I think so, yeah.
For money? What a fucking shooly he was.
Scambait.
Go ahead, Tom.
What size is Quadley McGooberleg? Oh, is that a reference to the guy in the wheelchair? What the fuck? Seriously.
Go ahead, Tom. Mr. Ray again, one of our top staff writers.
Man, Mr. Rapey Ray is he's gonna pay my rent for the next year at this rate. I do know Franklin Scheckler. I'm a huge fan of his videos. I love them. I can't wait for the next one to come out.
Okay, go ahead. Read it.
Tom, have you heard of a feller by the name of Franklin Scheckler? Would be great if you retweeted some of his Ray vids. Help the cause. I've been off Twitter since Elon Musk bought it. But
come on.
If
you got to jump on for Franklin Scheckler and Mr. Rapey Ray.
I will.
Don't worry about Elon Musk. He's got no problem with his cars.
I will retweet Franklin Scheckler for Mr. Rapey Ray.
Go ahead, Tom.
Tom, you want to hit up secrets with me and beloved chatter? My secrets days are over since I quit boozing.
What's he saying, Tigger? What are you saying, Tom? You want to hit up secrets?
Secrets is it's a nightclub down in Ocean City, Maryland. Like I said, my drinking days are over.
Oh my god! No, I didn't know Tigger was going to go there. I know beloved chatter is around those ways.
Okay, Marylander.
Yeah, beloved chatter. I don't know exactly where, but I know he's in a tri-state.
Okay, maybe unless they have.
No, the Maryland, Delaware, DC, whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah, the old DMV. Tom, you wimp MSNBC lover. I still want to box you in Edison Park, Chicago. Shocker, you're another comic that's clean and sober. What a piazza. I mean, you know
what a piazza is?
I do not, I'm afraid. I'm not hip on the MLC.
All right. You'll learn eventually.
Oh boy.
Thank you, ACDC. Fuck the Ravens. She's a Steelers fan.
Oh, fuck the Steelers. How about that? Oh, wait, I'm wearing yellow glasses. Damn it.
Go ahead, Tom.
Any good Stavros H stories? Thanks, King. Thank you. Nice.
Yeah, you ever see him eating like a big fucking hoagie or something, or like and doing any of the fat stuff, extracurricular fat stuff? Like he's a fat fucking loser. And people are like, he's doing better than me. I know who everybody is. My mom is, but he's a fat fuck, right? He's a no talent fat fuck who does fat jokes, right? Am I missing something?
We're comics. By definition, everybody does better than us. I mean, that's
right. That's why we're here. Misery loves company. But seriously, like, is he's not great by any stretch of the imagination, right?
He's not what?
Great at comedy, stand-up comedy. He does fat jokes and sex jokes.
Like I said, my animosity is more personal. Like I said,
that's what we're here for. We want that personal animosity.
Lies that like the lies that they were saying about me, and the fact that Nick Mullen is basically an admitted liar.
Is he gay?
I wouldn't even care to speculate. Like he would need like a lot of work. He would need a lot of he'd need a lot of help.
Go ahead, Shooter.
Shooter, did you just come from the gun range? Stay off the roof. I do know how to use a 12 gauge.
Hey, Shooter. That's funny. Seriously, and with all that's happening and trumping where he is today, hey, Shooter. Good one, Kevin Barry.
Tom's not welcome because he doesn't move the needle. Well,
he do. First of all, Scambait, he hates Ray. We all hate Ray, so he's welcome. He's a regular already. All he had to do was accept a link. He's a regular. Paid regular in shit network terms. No, I know he's chipping us, but he does move the needle. It's listen, Scambait. Listen, I love you, and I'll send you a fucking dick pic. But the point is, I know what I'm doing over here. And Tom Cassidy, what's your name?
Myers.
Tom Myers does move the needle.
This guy's a regular. I'm paying. What the fuck's your name, by the way?
It don't matter. Just send me your PayPal or Venmo. KB only knows to make him
making.
No, I know the White Album too. I'll be listening to that later. KB only. No, my wife's a Hispanic, allegedly.
Okay.
KB only knows making White Album, Latina. And the fucking Apocalypse. Sometimes the Royals pitcher. I looked him up. He had like 4 walks in 1 inning. He was Latina too. So let's not get caught up in how great they are. Go ahead, Tom. Mr. Ray. Again, one of our top writers.
You were in a gym locker and you saw some teenagers loitering and drinking beer. Would you A, ignore them, or B, box them out naked?
You know this story?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. So answer the question. Like, honestly, what would you do?
It's laughable that I would even be caught in a gym. Like I wouldn't use gym locker rooms. Like I had enough.
Ray's homeless. Ray has no home.
Right.
So look at it this way. You live in a van. What would you do if you went Planet Fitness from town to town? What would you do? Would you box teenagers out, or would you get them drunk and try to have sex with them?
I think I'd swim in the Inner Harbor because that is, I think, cleaner than like the showers at Planet Fitness.
That's not true. Answer the question seriously. For the love of Mr. Rapier Ray.
I just ignore them. I don't want.
Ignore teenagers. They're not supposed to be at a fucking gym.
Like, and also, what are they doing in there anyway? Like, what the fuck is management doing anyway?
Exactly. Well, we're talking about New York City gyms where there's no laws. Mayor Adams, he's one of your guys. He's a liberal. He's a fucking crook.
We've disowned him. We don't like him. He's had his liberal.
Barry Crimmins is done with him.
He's he's had his
No,
liberal
but you're
card.
liberals with your fucking where he was going to be the what's the word I'm looking for? He was going to take down crime because he was a former cop,
Right.
and now he's dirty.
Well, who knew that was just
I did.
He was looking to take out himself. Come on, Kevin. No, don't you see what's going on here?
Okay, go ahead, Tom. Read it.
This Myers fellow is about as memorable as that plain yo plate in my fridge that expired last.
So we got just good writers here.
From April. You seem to remember it pretty well, though. So
They say good comedy writing is the more specific, the better.
Wow,
a super sticker, $19.99. He didn't want to say anything. He just wanted to contribute. Thank you, Nick in Fort Wayne.
Now, is that what I'm not familiar with super chat terms. Is that what super sticker is?
What do you mean?
Like what's a super sticker? They just contribute money and don't leave.
Yeah,
a
they
comment.
don't. They have nothing to say.
Okay.
They're shy.
Okay, all right. I'm down with that.
Go ahead, Tom. If it says Tom, you gotta read it.
Okay, Tom, have you ever seen or used a chainsaw or used one in a heinous date?
Wait, do you see the Ray?
I did. Yeah, I squash everything before it gets to chainsaw time. Thankfully, so
It's incredible.
I've never used.
It's incredible. Ray with the fucking chainsaw. Ray's a fucking idiot. But somehow Tom Myers is to be clowned by Ray. It's you can't even invent this shit. Like if I was a producer of a sitcom, I'd be like, no, nobody would buy this. That Ray is shitting on Tom Myers. Ray was like, chainsaws, you got to rev it up. Ray's a fucking idiot. Go ahead, Tom.
You're more likable not telling jokes. Okay, well, but you're still not likable and used to be too. I'll read that in the Mitch Hedberg voice. But you're still not likable and used to be too.
There you go. He does impressions too, everybody. Dejois.
Very bad impressions, but still.
Dejois got to be wet. He's doing fucking Mitch Hedberg. I didn't even know you would know Mitch Hedberg. Not only that, you do an impression of Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tom.
It doesn't start. This one doesn't start with Tom. That's not the rule. Okay.
No, but he's talking about you.
Okay. Why is Hunter S. Thompson talking about Ray DeVito? Ask about shooting guns while tripping on LSD. We already had the gun talk now. Come on.
Wait, so are you not you when you shoot, you don't do any drugs? No, because some people are California sober where they don't drink, but they do edibles and stuff.
No, straight sober.
Wow, that's painful, right?
At first, but you know what?
How do you have sex with women or anybody?
That's generous of you to think that I have sex, Kevin.
Go ahead, Tom.
That. Tom brings energy like Shuley brings Christmas presents to the party. Hey, KB, are we drinking? You guys are welcome to drink while I'm around.
Yeah, I'm drinking. I got a drink on Saturday.
Cool, man.
Furious knows. He's just chipping me.
Yeah.
Sorcerer, whatever. That's true. You know who the sorcerer is?
I've seen clips of him. I think
I've seen clips of him. So you're watching. You're famous.
Yeah, you're Tom Myers. You're famous in the Myers verse, where I'm in the where I'm the dictator of the Myers verse. You will all bow before me. In the Myers verse, Sorcerer would have a long day with Tom. I think he's a doctor or something.
Yeah, or something.
Okay. Yeah.
People think he's fake.
Oh. People think I am too. So I mean,
what do you mean?
People think I'm fake too.
Well, you're not even human.
Yeah.
Thank you, Scambait. I had to do something. Go ahead, Tom. This is a beloved chatter. He's our top super chatter. He's from the Mid-Atlantic region.
Cool. Tom, congrats on replacing Ray. Do you by chance rent a basement room from your dead parents' friends, or do you have your own place like an adult? Without getting into specifics, I take pretty good care of myself. So,
what the fuck? Ray would say the same thing. What the fuck does that mean?
I mean, I do okay.
But you have a job, right?
Yeah.
So you have your own apartment. Do you have to go for a walk to take a shit?
I thankfully there, but for the grace of God go I do not.
Okay, good. Thank you, beloved. F come town when I stand with tuna. Stand with tuna town.
Hey, Roy Cohn's back from the dead.
Miss Everything will break my thumbs if you don't send the link. Oh, Mazzy's here. Wow, there's a lot happening.
I bring the party, man.
Tom, go ahead. That's a long one.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Let's say you meet a hot lady. You go to her place. You make out, reveal she has a ginormous hog where her kloogie. I'm gonna sound really nerdy trying to read these. Is supposed to be what would you do? I think this woman would be more traumatized being with me than I would be traumatized by anything like that.
I don't even get what's the question? What's the answer?
I think
let's say you meet a hot lady, and you go to her place, you make out, but then she has a hog where her kloogie is supposed to be. What would you do? Would you do if it was a lady boy? What would you do? But that don't happen because you don't drink.
Right. I mean, I stay in the more sane part of town.
Right. Tom Murray's cream pie. That's not true.
Actually, it is. I want to apologize.
Oh, he said in '83, not
Back in
recently.
83.
83.
Back when I was an infant. Oh yeah, I was that much.
Bigger than my ginormous clit, her G spot.
Oh my God.
He's been drinking.